Hey guys, so today I'm finally filming my K-pop shelf tour video. And as we look at FTIsland here, I'll kind of explain what I had in mind concerning this video. So I decided to go with a shelf tour rather than a K-pop collection overview. Because one, I think it's more interesting to see how people store their K-pop albums. And two, I was hoping that this video will kind of segue into a new series for this channel. So I want to start doing what I like to call a spotlight series, where each week I'll kind of go more in depth of kind of looking at a particular group. So I'll be going over like their discography, things I own, give song recommendations, variety recommendations, and just my general thoughts and feelings concerning these groups. And I'm just hoping that this will spark more interaction in the comment section in my channel, so we can kind of say what we like or even dislike concerning some of these groups. Alright, and I also want to apologize for not using a tripod. I'm doing this with my hands, so excuse any shakiness. I'll try to be as stable as possible. And also there's going to be random cheering in the background because there's a softball game going on, so sorry for that. And guess well, let's get started. So first off, we're going to start with history, which is appropriate because they are the group my channel is named after, and my channel is also kind of a play off of how I fell down this K-pop rabbit hole. But I do own all their Korean and Japanese things because they are one of my ultimate groups. If I swing around here, you'll notice this shelf is rather deep, so some things are hidden in the back. Then next to them is SF9, as well as Victon and Kunukun. And then all these are my BTS things I own. And then this shelf is where all my K-rock things are stored. So it's mostly going to have FTIsland because they are my ultimate group, or one of my ultimate groups. But I do have CNBLUE and Flying, some Real Pirates, Drag Restaurant, which are in the back, so it's going to be hard to see, and D6. Now this is where all my Homan things are. Mostly they're Japanese things I can see here on the right, though some DBSK singles are stored here as well as some concert brochures, the remix album and OSTs. In the back you'll notice there's some photo books, the Big East version of Tone, the special version of Catch Me, and then the rest of their kind of Korean discography here on the left, as well as Minho's and Chagmin's solo albums. So below that is my JYJ shelf, which mostly has Jejun things, though I do have a lot of Juns too as well. And this is my MYNAME section, which I do have all of their Korean and Japanese albums, though I don't have all the versions that I would like for their Japanese albums. And then GOT7's next to them. Alright, so this shelf has a few more boy groups. So Pentagon, Boys Republic, Madtown, some Top Dog, and then some solo artists like Sungguk and Eddie Kim. And then the rest of the shelf is where all my girl groups are. So these aren't arranged by groups, but rather by size. So I have some V-Star, FX, Oh My Girl, Red Velvet, 21. As you can see here. Some more AOA, Mamamoo, some A-Pink, Twice, and some Luna, as well as some Wonder Girls and Girls' Day on the far left. And I do have some 4-Minute in the back, as well as some BTOB and some more Twice in the back, but again, it's going to be hard to show you guys just on my shelf. Then my last shelf here just has a lot of random boy groups. So it's kind of more organized towards the ends, and then there's kind of just more of a mesh of things in the middle. So we have a lot of BTOB, and then B1A4 and New East. Then as we go over here, you'll see more things mixed together, like 17, some Cross Gene, The Legend, M Black, Super Junior, High 4, some more Madtown, some Boy Kim, Unique, Boyfriend, Astro, and then some Teen Top. And there's a lot more albums actually hidden behind all these, but it'll be kind of hard to show you without pulling everything out. So I think what I'm going to do is in the description I'll just kind of list all the groups I do collect and have more than at least one album from, so it'll be kind of prompt a more interesting spotlight video, if you will. So that's it for this shelf. Sorry for the bad lighting. This is kind of the darkest corner of my room, but we'll move on to where my other shelves are. Alright, so this is my other bookshelf. It houses a lot of my K-pop albums. And I actually had to turn on a light, unfortunately, because outside got really dark all of a sudden. So I apologize for the kind of yellow tinge that you'll see here. But on the top shelf here, we have just a lot of random things that are a little too large to fit where the respected groups stuff will go. So we have like a 2PM Star Card collection holder, some Junkei's Spare Brick, solo albums, some fan site photo books, some Beast's larger albums, and some Bigbang singles. Right, so this is my Infinite shelf. And I do have most of Infinite's albums at the moment. I'm missing a few of their Japanese things, but I should hopefully have that more complete sometime soon. And just to kind of zoom in on this shelf here, I do have all their LPs in the back, as well as the limited editions from our last 2 mini albums. But up here in the front I have their That Summer 2 concert, some of their Japanese jewel cases, and their Origins instrumental album. Then over here are their group singles, solos and subunits, full-length albums, their Japanese albums and singles, and then the repackages to their full-length albums, and then I stacked their mini albums here, as well as some of their Japanese albums that are sized similarly. And then their She's Back limited edition and idea photo book on the end. Next we have one of 2 of my 2PM shelves. Mostly their photo books, concert DVDs, and Japanese releases are on the shelf, along with Junho's solo releases. So on this side we have their digipacks to their Japanese releases, but that is some 2 AM things actually, mostly Jinwoon's solos. And the grand edition of Grown, then some of their full-length albums, higher singles, and then in the back are Junho's solo LP CD editions, and then this is some of his other solo albums, as well as some Korean DVDs, and then some Japanese photo books, either making books or concert brochures. So this is my other 2PM shelf, and this has the rest of their Korean discography, as well as some of the other member solos. So over here we have Gentleman's Game, Monograph, their other full-length albums from Korea. In the back is the LP version, Gentleman's Game, and then Junho's Fuel Japanese mini album. So in here. And then here are some of their smaller releases. So some editions have grown. Some of their first Korean full-length album, their singles and mini albums, Jin K's mini album, a fan meeting DVD, some of their jewel cases from Japanese releases, more Jin K and Woo Young solo albums, and then this thing on the right is the grand edition of Hands Up. Then below 2 p.m. is my Bigbang shelf, which I do have quite a few Bigbang related items, though I do have some holes that I need to fill. So to zoom in, we have some photo books here, some Japanese venue CD plates, some solo albums, and then GD's Coup d'etat vinyl LP in the back. Then here on the left are more of their group things, so I'm missing a couple of those, and there's some GD and top subunits stuff. Now this is my last shelf on this bookcase, and so I have other YG things and VIX mostly. So here is all of my Winner and iKON items I have, though there is a Super Junior Mr. Simple album in the back. And then for VIX, I do have all of their albums except some of their earlier singles, and I do have the repackage of their recent trilogy, but it is not with me at the moment. I'll have to make room for it when it gets here. So that is it for this shelf. I'll move on to the last place where I store my K-pop albums in a moment. So this is the last place where I store my K-pop albums. It's actually a table next to my bed since I ran out of space on my shelves, so I had to make do. So I will go through these a little bit more in depth, and I do have my photocard binders at the end. So first off, this is my B.A.P section. I do have most of their things. I'm missing some repackages, and I don't have Rose yet. I'm probably going to get a signed copy from MYNAME, but when those do arrive, I should have enough room to fit them behind the Carnival and Matrix signed albums. And then this is my Block B section. I'm missing like their limited editions and things, but I'm kind of happy with the things I do have at the moment. The next to Block B is my Beast section / highlight section. So their new releases will go here as well. And I do have most of their things. I'm missing their first mini album and some Troublemaker things, but for the most part I do have most everything I want. And then the last section here, which is right next to my K-pop photocard binders, is my SHINee section, which I do have a lot of holes in their discography, unfortunately. I'm missing a lot of their earlier things as well as some Japanese things, but for the most part I think I do have quite a bit of the releases, as you can see here. I'll swing over here so you can see all the jewel cases, what these are. Alright, and so this was the last kind of official place where I store my K-pop stuff. I do have one group set aside because I'm not sure where to put them since I ran out of space, so I will go for that quickly. Alright, so lastly we have here my EXO things. So I unfortunately had to move them off my shelf temporarily because I was running out of space, and I'm thinking of moving these guys onto my desk, which at the moment is kind of cluttered with some albums I'm trying to sell, as well as some shipping materials like bubble wrap and boxes. So once that declutters a bit, I'll finally have some room to put these guys in. And I'm also thinking of reducing this collection down a bit because I don't think I really need both the Korean and Mandarin versions for these releases. So I'm just kind of wrestling with how I want to go about collecting EXO for now on. But anyways, that was it for my shelf tour. Thank you for watching. And please let me know if you have any questions or any unboxing requests from things that you may have noticed on the shelf tour, but I mostly would like you guys to start making requests for which group you would like to watch a spotlight video about. So the sort of series that I want to start doing that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So again, thanks for watching and have a nice rest of the day, guys.